Jacob's breakthrough was actually in the wrestling. In other words, Jacob's breakthrough was actually in the struggle. That's where his breakthrough was. And I think this is something that sometimes we can overlook. God is a God of infinite variety. Like I said, with Moses, the way he dealt with Moses was very different, but the way he deals with Jacob was very different. With Moses, he gives very clear, in the middle of the road sign that Moses could not mistake it for anything else but God. So Moses stops what he's doing, comes towards the burning bush, has a moment where he hears God's voice clearly speaking to him about his destiny. But not so with Jacob. Jacob, he is wrestling with God, not knowing he's wrestling with God. He's actually having his breakthrough, not knowing he's having his breakthrough. In other words, sometimes the Lord gives us answers in the middle of the storm. Sometimes our breakthrough comes, the voice of God speaks clearly to us in the middle of our struggles that we're going through, in the middle of our valley, in the middle of our pain, in the middle of great struggle, God speaks to us. Jacob was in the depths of despair, meaning he was so terrified that his brother was going to meet up with him. He was so terrified of being literally killed by his brother. He was in the depth of pain and misery. And as he is wrestling with this man, he did not realize that he was actually wrestling with God. And his breakthrough was in the wrestling. In other words, many times, as we're going through certain situations in our life, it is in that situation that God is going to deliver us. It is through that circumstance that God's glory is going to be displayed in your life. As you're going through that difficulty, as you're going through that struggle, God will use that pain. God will use that struggle and will give you your triumph and will give you your incredible breakthrough in the middle of your great misery. If you feel like Jacob, where you're saying, I am wrestling, I am struggling, I've been laboring and laboring and laboring, I have not been able to get through, I'm telling you, you are on the verge of a divine breakthrough in your life. God is about to bring you into a season of establishing His promises, because what you're going through has a divine purpose in the kingdom of God. Come on, someone. God sometimes allows breaking to happen, and it is in the breaking that God displays His glory in our life. Don't underestimate the season of breaking. Don't underestimate the season of struggle. Don't underestimate the season of turmoil, because God is the God of the mountain, and He's also the God of the valley. If God can do miracles at the mountain, He can also do miracles in the valley. And I'm telling you, no one is beyond the power of God in our lives. Whatever we're going through, God can take what the enemy meant for evil and He can turn it around for good in our life.